Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is good to be here. It has been far too long since we have put a video together. And for that, we apologize. Well, I apologize because I really dropped the ball last year. I think we only did one video in all of last year, which is pretty bad. The Rough Road Ahead video. And if you haven't seen that, it'll kind of catch you up as to the challenges that we have had. But even that was, oh my gosh. Yeah. Apologies on the severe lack of content on NCPA Outdoors. I take full responsibility for that. Fighting an old laptop that I finally got rid of, threw in the towel, raised the white flag, got a new laptop. Reinstalled, got a new edition of the software that I use for putting the videos together. So we're back into it. It is 2023, January 20th. Yeah. So new year, new opportunities, new start. Where do we go from here? So it is, I don't know if you can see it. It is cold in here. It's 39 degrees. I got the wood stove cracking. The radiators are going. I got a chicken pot pie in the oven. 8 o'clock at night, Friday evening. Tomorrow is corn day at the club, so we're going to go over there, get a few bags of that, get put out for the deer. The corn that we planted, it's still standing, but there are very few ears of corn remaining. Granted, it's only a 3/4 acre plot of corn, but pretty awesome stand. We were really happy with it. So what has been going on? The last video, the Rough Road Ahead video, that was a year ago. And that was the first video in almost a year, I would have to say. So if you want to go back and see what challenges we ran into a year and a half, 2 years ago, you can follow up on that video. Since then, we have been kicked around and got back up. It has not been an easy year for NCPA Outdoors. We had some challenges in the upper orchard with the bears. Just destroyed the top orchard. It used to be our full-fledged apple orchard, and then slowly as we lost apple trees, we replaced them with chestnut trees. The chestnut trees for the last probably at least 7 years, 6, 7 years, have done phenomenal. I think we only ever lost one chestnut tree out of the 35 or 40, I guess, maybe, pretty close to 40 that we've planted, and have never had an issue. We've let them go. They've produced chestnuts, never had any problems until last year, well, this 2022, the bears completely destroyed the top orchard. We lost basically every tree up there. So almost 24 trees. So we are back to square one. We all got bear tags as we did in the last few years. Nobody saw a bear. Ran into them how many times over the summer, in the fall, and then they disappear. Go figure. So between the apple trees that we lost, the chestnut trees that we lost up in the top orchard, we also had some issues in the larger orchard. We really need to put another video together because I know a lot of guys have been commenting on those apple orchard episodes that we did a few years back, looking for an update. So I really need to put one of those together. And what else? Oh, the mountain trucks. Real great time with that. We had a bunch of not particularly the best people amongst us who, in the middle of the night, across a span of several nights, cut all the catalytic converters off of all of the mountain vehicles that we had up here. So that was a fiasco. I mean, thankfully, I got them all on video, but I mean, what can you do when their faces are covered, full camouflage, dawning, no real distinguishing characteristics other than you are a dirtbag. You really can't catch them. I spent several days sleeping during the week and then up all night long, posted in different positions, trying to get them as they came back for the next vehicle, because they couldn't catch them all on the first night because we actually pulled in the driveway late. It was like midnight when we got here, April 9 the kids, and they were in the act of doing it. However, we didn't realize it until the next morning when we were out working in the field and found the tools and the jacks and the Sawzall blades. So at that point, you know, kids went home, April went home. I stayed up for, it was like a week and a half, and just posted because I knew they were going to be back. And sure enough, they did come back. Came back a couple of times, but it was after I had taken up permanent residency, so we never did catch them. State police were investigating it. I mean, the county, all across the country, catalytic converter thefts are just ridiculous. But, you know, there wasn't any real outcome to say we got them. But we got them on video, so I'll post them out here, let you guys take a look. You want to give them your best words under your breath, as I have done countless times, because it really sucks. I mean, you would think this day and age you can come to your property and not have to worry about stuff like that, but you do. So that was an issue. What else? I mean, just general equipment issues, breakdowns. We had maintenance on some of the equipment, farm equipment, the desk, called a packer. Need to do some work this spring on the farm equipment. John Deere 620 could use some attention, but it's been a fun time. It has been. I mean, outside of all the challenges, it has been a very fun time. The buck season video is on the way. We have been seeing a ton of comments, you know, asking, you know, what's up with you guys? Hopefully you're still doing well. Is there going to be a what happens at camp stays at camp video? We haven't seen one. We did not do one in 2021 because of unforeseen circumstances that happened on Thanksgiving. Between my back, I broke my back a decade and a half ago. Yeah. And Thanksgiving, afternoon of Thanksgiving, bent over, twisted my back, and I was literally down and out, could not move, could not walk. So that was the first thing. Second thing, after Thanksgiving dinner, our pup, which she's now, well, she was 17 last year. We thought we were losing her. We ended up spending several hours Thanksgiving night into Black Friday morning at the ER vet doing blood work and tests, and they kept telling us, you know, that there was nothing that could be done. We had to put her down. It did not feel right at all, so we said, you know what, if she's going to pass, she's going to do it at home with us. So we ended up taking her home, and here we are a year and a half later, and she is just as spry as a young pup has ever been. So, but we thought for sure we were losing her that night. So
what are you doing?
Between that and the fact that I couldn't even walk,
Are you patrolling?
and I stayed home. But she sprang back. Whatever it was, she ingested something, and they flushed her system, gave her a bunch of fluids, and 2 days later, she was doing good. So Caden and I came up, I think it was Sunday. Yeah, it wasn't Saturday. Well, I'm pretty sure it was Sunday. We came up, but I got so little video that there was just, really couldn't put anything together. So we passed on 2021. But 2022 was definitely a season for the record books, and I am excited as heck to get that video put together.
See his cheeks?
I do now.
Yeah, where's yours? Oh my gosh!
Oh my God!
All the dry, Mom.
It's a lot of footage. So it's been taking quite some time to go through it all. Like, if you've put videos together on YouTube, you understand where I'm coming from. If you haven't, it's almost unfathomable to realize that it truly takes, for every 1 minute of video, the final video, it averages out, I've done the math on several years back videos that we've done. It averages for every 1 minute of video that you watch, an hour of putting it all together, chopping it, stripping the audio, piecing it together, making it all work. It's a lot of work. So fortunately, this time of year, there's not much to do besides sit in an ice cold camp and talk about whatever. Because you really, we're going to get out, do some things over the the coming months, some coyote hunts, some equipment work, want to get prepped for spring. But this time of year, it's good to be indoors. It'd be nice to be inside with a warm wood stove already cranked up, but I'm the only one here, so we'll make do with it. But it is in the progress stages of editing all of the clips, and it won't be long. There will be a What Happens at Camp Stays at Camp 2022 edition. Well, Saturday morning, I just got back from the club. Got a couple bags of corn, and I'm gonna take a walk out back, see what the plots look like. Pull the cards out of the cameras. I'm sure some of the batteries are dead. It's been like 4 weeks since I pulled them. And then I guess we'll get this corn in one of the feeders and put a camera on it. See what kind of footage we can get. Here's the corn that we planted. This is one bucket. We ended up over the fall, dried some stalks and gave them away to friends, neighbors. Took some donations, raised a little bit of money for camp. So we got that corn, and then let me put this down. Had a bit of an oops, which goes back to our ongoing equipment issues. Camp's cart has finally met its match. So we'll have to take care of that. But the Sportsman's Club, every member, 2 bags of corn. So I got Joel and I's, and then Dad was up. He took his 2 bags down to the house because they put them out for the deer in the backyard. They've got their own little preserve there. So I'll go ahead and take a walk out back. See what it looks like. Actually, while we're over here, I'll give you a look at the brassica plot, which is pretty well picked over, I have to say. Good bit of food, that's for sure. Fence around the apple orchard. Gonna need some help. Looks like there's a little casualty there. Alright, so let's go down here and take a look at this corn. What's left of the corn? Whoa! This front corner was the sweet corn we planted. Just a little postage stamp of sweet corn. And then all this was, well, all of it, sweet corn and this. Planted by hand with an Earthway row planer. All right, guys, here we are, July 20th. We are 7 weeks post-emergence, and this is awesome. We are in the V10 stage, which is the vegetative 10. Corn can go through about 18 vegetative stages before you transition and then begin measuring it in our reproductive stages, which is corn development of the cob. and right now we're about 2/3 of the way through that vegetative stage. Right now is a critical point for nutrient and water uptake, because at this point the corn stalks go through very rapid growth. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've got this cleared out. Cleaned the corn out. But we'll find out. Pull the cards on these two and see what it looks like. Well, this is what once was a beautiful orchard, has now turned into nothing but a battle zone. This is almost just sickening to look at. But as I pan around, you'll notice that it's not just one little branch or two or three little branches. It's entire trees. That is really a shame. I mean, that was a beautiful apple tree. Then that one over there used to be there. Put a chestnut in there this year, but that was our tallest tree. It was like 30 or 25 feet. It was like 25 or 26 feet to the tip. So it looks like we'll be back to another, I have to count, but probably a dozen chestnut trees again this year.
That should recover. This one up here, I don't think there's any chance for this one. That one might be okay. I don't know. We'll see. I hate to pull them out of the ground, but you also hate to lose another 6 or 8 years. That was a close one. Just about took out another chestnut tree.
I just hear him walking, and I'm like, why doesn't he hear that? And we're just walking over here, and I'm like, and I'm like, do you not hear that? I turn my head. Bear walks right by him. And then he finally turned, and I was like, there's a bear. There's a bear. There's a bear. There's a bear right there. And then you're like, you're finally like,
Well, remember like 20 minutes ago when we kept hearing that, and I said, that sounds like a bear breathing out.
yeah, I kept hearing it.
It had to be.
But I didn't hear it, like, walk away or anything.
Yeah, I never heard it walking. I never saw movement, but that sounded like a bear breathing out.
I thought it was a deer snorting, and I was like, that was too quiet.
Yeah. You heard then, after the bear went by, you heard those coyotes howling again?
Yeah.
So this morning, he was 14 yards away from me. Tonight, he was 4 yards away from you. That was awesome. We've been seeing the comments. You guys are posting in the older videos asking how things are going, if we're all right, if we're going to do another buck season video. I give you my word, 2023, there will be content on the channel. I've been thinking about bringing back, a few years ago we did the On Location series, which kind of just like every month, I think it was, there was a video just to kind of follow the progression of what was going on. And I want to do that again this year. You know, we're here every week. There's always something going on. I've always got the camera in my hand. So it's just a matter of putting the content together. So the On Location series pretty much will be back for 2023. But I've also been thinking about doing something else. So Joel and I have, for the last, it's been 8 years, 25 was the first, 25. Yeah, so 8 years. We're going on 9 years now. Have been blessed to have an awesome relationship with the guys at Whitetail Institute. If you follow the channel, you know, outside of the corn and the soybeans that we plant, all of our food plots have been exclusively Whitetail Institute seed. And not just because of the relationship. I mean, plant the best. Why do some haphazard seed? I mean, I'm looking at this clover, and this is just fantastic. But anyway, I digress. So the guys at Whitetail Institute, when we first started, you know, it was Ray Scott founded it, 88. And then his two boys, Steve and Wilson, were, I mean, that was their life. That's all they did. That was their job. When Ray kind of went towards all the other stuff that he had going on at the time with Bassmasters and everything. But so the relationship we had with Steve and Wilson, we still have with Steve and Wilson, they've retired. William Cousins now runs the company. And for the last 8 years, I've been fortunate enough to not just contribute articles, but also edit the Whitetail News magazine that they put together. And that comes out 3 times a year. You can buy seed, you're automatically given a subscription to the magazine, which is awesome because it's a, I mean, not to toot my horn, Whitetail Institute's horn, but it is an awesome magazine. I'm really proud of the content that it produces. So on top of editing it, I've also had, I want to say 8 or 10 articles published in it as well. So we've been kind of thinking it would be neat to throw together a video, kind of like the audio books. So the article that's been published has a video that goes along with it. And it wouldn't be too hard to do. It's just kind of finding that balance of having the actual video content aligned with, you know, what you're reading or what you're listening to or watching. So it might be a fun series to do, because of the articles that I've written, have followed all different tangents in the industry between food plots, hunting, a lot of human interest pieces, as opposed to educational, instructional kind of things. So that might be something that you'll see coming to the channel in 2023. So stay tuned. This story just gets better and better. This poor orchard, honestly. You just cannot write this. Honest to Pete. Oh. Well, I didn't. Oh my gosh. That was an apple too. Dang it. Yep. When we decided that we were raising the white flag for apple trees on this mountain, we ended up going with chestnuts in here. And I hesitated many, many times, but Joel and I came to the conclusion that it did make the most sense, because we have struggled with apple trees, and chestnuts had not let us down, well, until now. I think we lost one chestnut tree in the 6 or 8 years we've been planting them. So we decided to put chestnuts in the big orchard here. And the deer took both of them out that were over there, and this one. Unreal. And there's not much we could have done, because they just keep finding places to get in underneath, and then they just completely chew the fence apart. I mean, you can see we pulled it together from the last time that it was chewed. Oh goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then whatever's going on with this one down here. And that one down. What the heck happened down there? What happened with this one? Other than the fact they got the buds completely chewed off of it. What's going on down here? The cage is off. Where the heck is the tree? Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was a replant. My bad. That was another apple tree that we lost. What's this? I don't think that's an antler. That looks chewed. Chewing the buds off. Well, I'll get that put back on. Oh my goodness. Two bags up front, two bags in the back, and the bucket. Alright, well hopefully you guys enjoyed this, albeit short video. It's short. Addie keeps saying, you guys should do shorts. I had no idea what she was talking about until she finally explained it to me. So, sis, maybe this will suffice as an NCPA Outdoors short. So anyway, I am going to put the cards back in the cameras. I'm going to put this one over the corn. And then I got work to do because there are videos to edit and content to put together. So we will see you guys in the next video.
That wasn't short.
Whatevs.
Whatever. I'll do it.